JoJo Siwa's failed rebrand just got worse. Yeah, I also didn't believe that was possible, but apparently it is. JoJo Siwa has officially veered into a reality so bizarre, it feels like we've all been dragged into a parallel universe where logic and self-awareness no longer exists. But this time we're not just talking about terrible dancing and this. But about JoJo lying about the success of her latest song and the fact that she's out here claiming she's bound for Eurovision. Yes, Eurovision. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it does. Because in her latest interview with the Hawk Tuah girl, she says things that are honestly just disturbing, keeping in mind that little kids would be watching this. But before we get into that, let's back up a little. A few months ago, JoJo dropped the music video for her song Karma. Let me first just mention that for years she's been known for her over-the-top kid-friendly image. Think rainbows, sparkly outfits, and tunes about positivity. So when she released a video that screamed provocative, the internet basically exploded. Imagine Dora the Explorer just suddenly dropped a rap album filled with explicit lyrics. Yeah, it would raise a few eyebrows, right? So now imagine JoJo, who was just coming off a hugely successful tour across the US with her core demographic being little kids and their parents. But then out of nowhere she pivoted into this new bad girl persona that, to be blunt, no one really asked for. It's like she took all the glitter and innocence of her brand, threw it into a blender, and somehow came out extremely inappropriate and humping everything. To make matters worse, this wasn't just a once-off misstep. JoJo took her chaotic energy international. That's right, she packed up the cringe and flew straight to Poland. As you know, according to her, she can sing in Polish. And her new song was trending in Poland.
So, long story short, in the last couple of days, a couple of weeks, my song Yesterday's, Tomorrow's, Today has been blowing up in Poland.
Yeah, neither of those were true. This was just some mutant hybrid language that my ears are still recovering from. Even people from Poland had no idea what she was saying and they wanted her out of there. Damn, so she really is being rejected, but just you wait, because that's not her worst rejection yet. That's still to come. But while she was in Poland, she casually dropped another bombshell that she's supposedly in the talks to represent Poland in Eurovision. You know, the singing competition where Europe's finest battle it out for musical supremacy.
Also, another branch of the song is because somebody asked if I was going to do it on Eurovision because it was going viral in Poland, and then someone was like, are you going to do this on Eurovision? And I initially jokingly replied to the comment saying yes, but now it's actually become a real conversation and Eurovision's into it. We're talking.
According to JoJo, her Polish ancestry alone makes her Eurovision material.
Funny enough, I actually happen to be Polish. That's a massive part of my family.
Never mind the fact that Poland doesn't even know she exists. But the best part is that Eurovision responded to her claim, saying they hadn't even spoken to her. Imagine being so committed to your delusions that you claim your song is trending in another country and then announce that you're in the talks with Eurovision. That's just wild. That's the behavior of a psychopath. Oh, you wondering where that clip comes from? Yeah, she just openly admitted it. Now, before we dive deeper, the thing is, when JoJo's acting like a normal human being, people actually like her and have a lot of respect for what she's achieved. The problem is, she seems fully committed to this new image. The even bigger issue is that she's really bad at pulling it off.
We started off like pretty calm, like nothing like what's out right now. And then I got pitched this song, Karma. And its first word is, I was a bad girl. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's a good song. I was like, but I can't say that. I can't say I'm a bad girl. I'm not.
Yeah, that's probably the most self-aware thing she said in months. Sometimes it's like she doesn't actually want to put on this whole bad girl persona. But I guess this is Hollywood, so you never know.
Look, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wasn't happy, so I did what I had to do.
But then again, in other interviews, she says things like,
I have always just wanted to entertain. That is my brand.
Yeah, she's entertaining people, but not in a good way at all. I mean, people aren't having it either. She's been giving speeches during her shows that are supposed to hype up the crowd, but instead...
That's not even you singing! That Emeline song is amazing!
Yeah, that's awkward. That's the kind of moment that makes you cringe so hard, you feel it in your soul. And on a side note, why does she sound like she smoked 10 packs of Marlboro Reds a day?
I am just so shocked from how far you've come from day one.
But in other interviews, her voice sounds almost normal.
And I was like, all I want is to have that one day. Like, I want that.
I don't know if my ears are playing games on me, so drop your thoughts in the comments. But I feel JoJo's inability to fully commit to this image is exactly why people aren't buying it. One minute she's the girl next door, and the next she's trying to pull off a bad girl routine that she doesn't even seem to believe. It's like someone trying to wear leather and spikes while still holding on to their teddy. It's just confusing for everyone. But back to her music, because it's as disliked as her fashion choices. Yeah, JoJo literally showed up looking like a giant fluffy keychain. Anyway, it turns out Karma wasn't exactly written for her. The song had been pitched to multiple artists over the years, but was never used. When TMZ confronted her about it, this is what she had to say.
Background on Karma, honestly, it's an old song. I was pitched it. I loved it, was obsessed with it, so I grasped onto it.
Why not that instead of a new song?
No, that's a very normal thing. A lot of songs are.
Okay.
What happens is people write songs and then they just don't do anything with them. And then a few years later, it makes more sense for another artist. I just knew that song was a special song. I knew it was a work of art, and I knew that it fit. It fit exactly the vision that I wanted to create for the world.
Was it originally Miley's?
I don't know.
You don't know. You do know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know.
Did you steal it from Britt Smith?
I did not steal anything.
To make matters worse, another artist, Britt Smith, released her own version of Karma, and it ended up charting higher than JoJo's. Britt's version of the song blew up, even reaching number 5 on the iTunes charts. Britt later clarified that JoJo hadn't stolen the song from her, but by that point JoJo's reputation had already taken a hit, as people started wondering how much of her music was actually hers. Which, to be fair, JoJo has already described herself as more of a performer than a singer. She admitted that she's here to entertain, not win Grammys. But when your entire career starts to feel like a series of awkward missteps, it's hard to take her seriously. She's essentially pineapple pizza of pop culture. Divisive, unpredictable, and not for everyone.
Like I said, I will never, ever claim to be a singer.
Yeah.
But I will claim to be an artist.
Okay.
I am giving the world art, and they might not like it, they might hate it, but they're enjoying it.
Okay, well that doesn't make sense, but anyway, JoJo was on the Hawk Tuah Girls podcast, which, by the way, why does she even have a platform and a net worth of 200k for literally saying Hawk Tuah and spit on that name? So, without any talent, hard work or anything, her life changed in a matter of hours? I blame us, the people. Can we please stop making stupid people famous? So yeah, JoJo Siwa was on her Talk to Her podcast, and they were honestly equally as bad. Straight 54 minutes of your life you'll never get back. This is literally how it starts.
I have big energy.
Yeah, okay.
Never laid eyes on a before. Don't do it. I'm not.
Do you hop to? Actually, yeah.
Yeah, save yourselves. For starters, let's cover JoJo's latest controversial photo shoot.
Oh,
The Lady Gun photo
magazine
shoot?
cover shoot.
Yes.
I bet that was fun, wasn't it? It was definitely something I've never seen before. Like the bulge? Dude, where the fuck did you get
The
that?
stone bulge.
Yes.
The stone bulge is.
I've
You're like,
gotta
oh, she's got a.
The internet's reaction really sums up everyone's thoughts perfectly. But what's really embarrassing is that JoJo isn't only being rejected by the public, but even worse, she spent
60 grand in 1 weekend on this girl just to get laid, and it didn't work.
I don't have much to say besides from that's just sad. But it continues.
I didn't realize that's what I wanted, but I literally was just horny.
And just a reminder, her audience are little kids. A 6-year-old was literally spotted at her concert.
There is a 6-year-old right there. Why the fuck are
are you here? I love it.
So, yeah, kids as young as 6 years old might be watching this. Just thought I should put that out there. Because even an adult seemed a little shocked here.
How old are you?
Okay.
18.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fetus.
But let's continue.
Scary.
Never sucked a dick before. Wouldn't even know where to begin.
Okay.
Now, if I do not give a fuck about this dude and I'm just in it for, like, you know, the hit and run, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no problem. You know?
Well, isn't this just an excellent podcast filled with superb morals and ethics for JoJo's young impressionable audience to be watching? Great. Thought it was done? Nope.
So what's one move in bed that makes a woman go crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough of that trash. I hope you get what I mean now, and honestly there's no excuses for JoJo Siwa, because Olivia Rodrigo was able to transform from Disney to a successful music career in a respectful and appropriate way. So it seems that JoJo Siwa is determined to reinvent herself, but at what costs? If she's alienating her fan base and making questionable choices, she might find herself with a lot fewer people in her corner. But let me know what you guys think about her whole rebrand strategy.